Here we are again, and today I will add a little bit more color to this beautiful secret garden page. And today I'm going to focus on the left bottom corner over here, and I'm going to add some color to the branches of these flowers. And I'm going to do that with the carandash, and this color is called spring green. And I'm just going to add a little bit more color just to see what it is doing and how it relates to the background. Fortunately, my voice is improving. I had a severe cold and I really had to stop speaking and singing, and it is still not completely healed. I will add this color to these leaves as well, just a little bit. And let's add a little bit over here as well. Just by adding this bright light green, it really helps to let the leaves come alive. Now I'm going to add a cooler, darker green, juniper green, from the Polychromos series. Now, in an earlier episode, I have been adding a little bit of shadow in some flowers. In these flowers, I added shadow dots, and they indicate that the light comes from this direction. So I need to keep that in mind. And while I am coloring here, the light will come from that direction as well. And that would indicate that there would be a slight touch of shadow at the right side of this tiny branch. Now it is extremely thin, so I don't know if I can squeeze a little bit of color in it, and because I don't want to cover the complete light green area, I am coloring right on top of the black line that is already there, the black ink line. Now I'm going to add a little bit more color to this branch, and I'm using the Erogeton Verdigris, green gray. And I recently reorganized my carry-all bag. That is the bag where I store all my pencils. Well, not all my pencils because they don't fit in it, but I made some room for the Erogeton pencils, for a couple of them, because I had them in their original box, and because I always pick my carry-all bag when I want to start coloring. I don't use my Erogeton pencils as often as I should like. So I picked 10 Erogeton pencils that I really like, and I put them in the carry-all bag. Now I also have that huge set of Prismacolor Premieres, and there are a couple of colors that I absolutely love. So I will have to do some more organizing to make some more room for my favorite Prismacolor pencils. Now these Erogeton pencils are hard. These have a hard lead, and that means that you need to push harder to color with more pressure to get the color out. Now the good thing about it is that because these pencils are hard, you can be very precise. And very subtle as well. So let's take a step back and see what I think this beautiful branch needs a little bit darker shaded area. So let's do that now. I did a little bit of testing, and I will use the Payne's Gray from the Polychromal series, and I gave it a fresh dip. This point needs to be very sharp when you do precise work. And again, I will color right on top of the black ink line that is already there. And then I will add a little bit of gray to the green area. It is very subtle. Yes, I like this. Oh, the camera just, don't ask me why. I like this. I'm going to add a little bit more Payne's Gray over here. At this point oh, there's chopper coming. Well, the weather is bad today. We have a lot of rain. The forecast says that there will be 12 to 15 hours of rain. Good heavens. And I think that is why the choppers are flying so low and making so much noise, because there are a lot of clouds. At this moment I really shouldn't be coloring. I should be doing my laundry and doing some ironing. But I couldn't help. It has been a while since I've been coloring. And it is addictive, you know. So I thought, let's do a little bit of coloring before doing the chores that are waiting. I will now move on to the right and add some more color to these branches over here. I will start with this spring green, the luminance pencil. The most expensive pencil available in the Netherlands, as far as I know. And now I will add this beautiful Erogeton 30°. How do you pronounce that, Americans and English? If I read this, I read French, verdigris. But it is from Japan and I have no idea. I know what it means, but the pronunciation is sometimes just guessing. It has been raining a lot the last couple of weeks. Not only in the Netherlands, but also in, this is the pencil I'm going to use, Juniper Green. Not only in the Netherlands, but also in Germany and Belgium and France and other places in Europe. And there have been some casualties, people drowning, So that is not so nice. Fortunately, the Netherlands is well prepared for a lot of water. And the Dutch government started to do a huge project after the 1953 flooding. There was a huge storm somewhere in February 1953, and large areas of the province of Zeeland and South Holland, that is where I live, South Holland, flooded. And a lot of people died. And after that, the Dutch government decided that there needed to be a huge, we call it the Delta Works. The Netherlands is for a large area, and the Netherlands is a delta of the two large rivers in Europe, the river Rhine and the river Maas, La Meuse, and these rivers flow to the sea, and by doing that they cross the Netherlands. I'm going to use the Payne's Grey. So when there is a lot of rainfall, or in the Netherlands or somewhere else, it could even be in the Alps, because the river Rhine comes from the Alps, from Switzerland, then we can have huge problems with these large amount of water. So there is a huge system of waterways and ways to manage the water. And the last 15 years, the government has decided that large areas of how do you say that? I think it's just farmland. Most of it was farmland that has been designated, I think you say that, to be I need to think. It has been designated, these areas, to hold the extra water that sometimes comes. So that really helps. And we also have huge systems built near the sea to keep large amounts of seawater outside. If you want to know more about that, you should go, you can Google for Deltawerken. And there are also documentaries about it. It can be really interesting. The most dangerous situation for the Netherlands when it comes to high levels of water is when the levels of the river rise, and at the same time a storm is on the North Sea, the sea where the Netherlands is situated. When there is a storm, pushing seawater towards the coast. And then when we have high levels of water in the rivers, that is a very dangerous situation. And maybe you know, once in a while, once a month or twice a month, I think once a month, you have this extra high tide that has something to do with the moon, full moon, I guess. Then you have extra high tide, and that is tricky. And that is what happened in 1953. There was a huge storm, and I believe there was this extra high tide, and then the dikes gave away. The house where my parents live was flooded as well. There wasn't a lot of water. There was 40 centimeters of water in the house, so no casualties, luckily. But of course it was a mess. I do not think that we are 100% safe. I think there are always situations that can be too strong for the dikes and the other constructions we have here in the Netherlands. You know, nature is so powerful. And the Netherlands is situated below sea level for a large area, so that is always a bit dangerous, of course. I will add a little bit of juniper green to these leaves. While talking to you, I'm still using the same colors. 5 pencils, I'll show you. It's this one, juniper green from Polychromos, bruinzeel, light green, carandash, spring green, the verdigris of Erogeton, and the Payne's Grey from Polychromos as well. So if I forget to tell you which color I use, maybe you can see it because they all look different, these pencils. I'm now going to add a little bit of spring green to this flower. This is juniper green. And I will add a little bit of light green. I can make these leaves a little darker than the other ones that I just colored. The background here is a little bit lighter than over here, and you know, the eye likes contrast, so the contrast between this slightly darker background here and the light leaves make it look nice. And over here on the right side, because the background is pretty light, I can make the leaves a little bit darker so there will be more contrast. So this is it. Now, as you can see, we are starting to we are getting somewhere, but there is so much more work to do. And some of you have been telling me that they are losing their interest in this series, and I can absolutely understand that. But I warned you, this is not for the faint-hearted. This is going to take hours and hours of happy coloring. So if you are losing interest, that is okay, and maybe it's good to just to switch to some other videos for a while and come back and skip some of my episodes of this particular video, and then come back later. I don't blame you. So this is it for today, and I'll be back very soon. Bye bye.